Well, good evening. It is my pleasure to, of course, introduce you the One Day Special by Jane Davenport. But actually, more than introduce it, I'm going to introduce the lady who is going to introduce you to the One Day Special, if that makes sense. Anyway, Leonie, take it away and explain all the way.
Thank you, Miss P. Hello and welcome. It's lovely to have your company. It's funny, isn't it? You know, when you haven't been in a few days, it feels like you've been away for ages. Feels like I don't know what I'm doing. But I have got an incredible selection of products. Now, before I even chat about this, look at your price and already a quarter of the stock has gone. Possibly because this is an absolute deal. You have got so much. That saving is £16. Sorry, my contact lenses, I forgot how bad they were. Your saving is £16, which means you're only paying £39.94, and you've got a flexi as well. And oh yeah, you might have your £5 credit to use as well, which is sensational. So that'd take it down. That'd take it down an extra £5, which is £34, was it? I can't remember the price already. Yeah, £34.94. Boom. Right, okay, what are you going to get? First of all, your pens. Now, these are magnificent. I have had in the past people email me in asking what pens I'm using, and it's been these pens, because I love these because the ink, so you've already seen your monthly mega deal. The ink that you get in that monthly mega deal, you get the ink in this, however, watered down slightly, but you've got an intensity. Because these are a brush pen, and I'll pick up one of mine so you can see it when it's all ready to go. Because they are a brush pen, you've got a proper brush on there. So if I do that, look, that is a proper brush nib on that pen. So it is like you use a paintbrush, quite frankly, or a water brush. But the beauty thing is the colour palette. The colour palette is seriously rich. So because they're a water-based pen, you can draw with them. You've got a nice fine nib on there, so you can draw with them, but obviously because they're water-based, it allows you to draw that colour out. So you can really add the tone or create tone with these. A third of the stock has gone. It is super busy. These are on immediate dispatch. They're ready to be sent out for you. Don't have to wait any extended delivery at the moment. So if you want them now, get your basket checked out now. You can see the beautiful colours, but then obviously just how gentle you can get them. Even that bright, gorgeous pink, you can get it so it's a really nice, soft-ish pink. It's still got a bit of a punch as that pink, and I love that. I love how strong these are. It's like the inks, that monthly mega deal. We've got a little bit of stock of that left. It's like that. The inks are punchy. So, first of all, you've got your beautiful pens, which I absolutely adore. You've then got, and this is amazing that you've got these and this, because you've then got your Aqua pencils. Now, what you've got with these, your Aqua Pastels, sorry, what you've got with these are, in fact, let me pick up mine. Oh, where have I put mine? Which I can't actually see. Oh, yes, I can. This is Leonie, as ever, not having them to hand. Thought about it, forgot about it. Standard. Thought about it, didn't do it, forgot about it. 3 seconds later. 3 second rule. If I don't do something in 3 seconds, it's gone. Anyway, so these are your fabulous Aqua Pastels. Now, what you've got with these, it's all about texture. This is what Jane Davenport loves. She loves lots and lots of different textures. So you've got a beautiful array of colours. They're a nice size of pastel, but what they're going to give you is this beautiful kind of crayony finish, if you will. So it gives you that crayony kind of texture, but because they're an aqua, it allows you to blend that colour out. So you can scribble with them once you add water, but when you add your water, you do need to actually activate them. So you need to actually scrub them or move them to get that colour to start moving. And I love that, because that means if you're doing layering, if you're doing mixed media backgrounds, so say something like that, the pens are brilliant for doing mixed media backgrounds because obviously they're water-based. But then your Aqua Pastels, you can scribble with them, you can spritz water over the top, really flood it, they're not moving. Because it's an Aqua Pastel, it means that if you don't want it to move, it won't move, which is perfect. Now, along with those, so not only have you got all of those, did I show you all your Aqua Pastels? No, I didn't. You've got all these as well, I forgot. Honestly, the colours, again, look at the colours. And I love it because when you see them like that, sometimes it doesn't, oh, I've spritzed on that one. Sometimes it doesn't look like much, does it? But then you add a bit of water and pow, you've got that colour. Obviously, you can still add the intensity. I mean, this is just scribbled. If you want it more waxy, you can get it more waxy by just layering that colour up before you add any water to it. Now, not only do you get your pens, not only have you got your Aqua Pastels, but you have got your really cool little necessities. So you've got your water brushes. Now, you're getting 4 water brushes in this kit. You can't have enough water brushes, quite frankly. And you've got different nibs on the water brushes. You've also got in this kit your fine liners, and you've got your water spritzers. So first of all, you've got your fine liners. Now these bottles are cool. Now already we have just launched. This is a 1-day special, meant to last 24 hours. Almost half the stock has gone. Sorry, this has been this has travelled, so it has got a little bit of water there, so I could do with a little bit of tissue. But can you see that nib? Now these are cool, because what you can do with these is write with them. So you can fill them with the ink. So you know that monthly mega deal that we've got, that fantastic ink that we've got, you can pop that in there, and that will, sorry, I'm just clean my end off. There we go. So you've got now, no drips. So you've got that fantastic fine nozzle. Honestly, that is cool for doing different effects. So that is, you've got 2 of those. I love how messy mine is. It is because they've been in a box and travelling how you wouldn't store them. Don't store them in a box upside down. Don't do that. I mean, that's stupid. You store them like that. But, you know, not when you're rushing and, you know, your brain's over there somewhere. So you've got, as I said, the water spritzers as well. Water spritzers, they're just one of them things that you use loads of, aren't they? Whether you're filling yours with water, whether you're filling yours with ink, which is exactly what I did last time. So in that monthly mega deal, we had the ink. I put that in there. You can make your own water spritzers. I always recommend you don't put loads and loads of ink in there, which means you're not wasting any if you want to change the colour palette. Okay, why do you want these? Over half the stock has gone. You want them, A, because they're a bargain, but also because of what you can do with them. Oh, where should we start? Let's go backgrounds. So, because I love backgrounds, don't I? So obviously you can do your washy backgrounds. Now, the difference with using pens as opposed to our monthly mega deal. Your monthly mega deal, because it's a really vibrant, strong ink, but also because it's it has got a nozzle, but it hasn't got as much control. With your pens, you've got more control. So you can decide where you're putting your ink. So you can be very, very specific. And then it's up to you how much you want to flood it. If you really flood it, you'll get movement. I love really flooding it. I love lots and lots of movement, but I can be very specific. So where the yellow is, this is probably the best one to show. Where the yellow is, it's not really been contaminated with the other colours because I've been very specific where I've put in my colour. So you can obviously create tons of backgrounds. You can also, if you're going on, say, with water first and then fill in the water, again, because you can be very specific, it allows you to add colour, allow it to blend, but because you know exactly where you're going, because it's a water brush on the end of there, it allows you to add colour and create some beautiful effects easy. It allows you to do your brush lettering. It's a brush at the end of the day, so you can get some beautiful brush lettering, and that's been layered. That's actually using 2 of your pens. And then, you know, our fantastic pens that we've got on the show, it's just a tiny bit of that pen just for a bit of drama. Looks amazing. I tell you what, though, those chalk pastels, they look pretty, oh, I won't get it right, will I? The Aqua Pastels. Tell you, I've called them about 3 different names. These are quite cool for writing as well, because again, it's that texture. You know, you've got a completely different texture, and then when you blend it out, you get something completely different. And I really like that. I think it looks amazing. But then, obviously, colouring in, you would not believe how long that took me to do. Literally, I think I was doing that for an hour. You know, when you step back and think, how have I taken that long to do one sample? Oh, I don't know what were faffing. So I was faffing. I created the background. I obviously created these that you can die cut. We have got this collection coming up, but I can't remember when. And then obviously I was die cutting and playing. All these were coloured prior to die cutting, which means, again, you can create some beautiful, beautiful backgrounds. You can obviously colour in. Look at that one. One of the little Holland Crate cuties. I know. You can colour in with, it's water-based, so you can pull the ink off if you need it to be lighter. You can obviously create some really good tones with your ink. What I do love about these, and this is a thing that's interesting. So, now this is super smooth cardstock, right? Now, super smooth cardstock and your watercolour pens, on some super smooth it works amazing. This one isn't one that it works amazing. So your watercolour pens, it's a bit trickier to blend them. They don't want to blend because it's a super smooth card. However, use your Aqua Pastels. Now, your Aqua Pastels on a super smooth, there isn't one that wants to play, are cracking, because you can literally, like I created this lovely sky, but then just blended it gently, and because it wasn't blending a dye ink that's literally soaking into that page, it means I could really move that colour, so it worked beautifully on that surface. And obviously watercolour paper, it's going to look amazing. You know, both the pens and the Aqua Pastels are going to be fantastic. And look at the colours. I mean, that is strong. That is done with your pens. These are strong colours, and it does mean obviously you can even get in the detail. Okay, so already within 11 minutes over 60% of the stock has gone. Please check your baskets out. It is super, super busy. 2 payments, £19.97. Obviously, if you've got your £5 voucher, you can use that now. So make sure you don't miss out on this one. 127288 is your item number. Now, we have got some other goodies on the show for you. So first of all, and I do apologise, my swatch has disappeared for these, but you know, it's okay because they are approaching limited stock. The price is ridiculous. Once these are gone, they're gone. We haven't got any more stock, and I'm so sorry, I don't know where my swatches have gone. But for these, you are getting, and these are gorgeous, because what you've got, let me just open this little box up, because the palettes are just exquisite. You can see we've been having a bit of we've had a little play. Can you see the shine on these? These are so nice. They're so nice. The packaging is beautiful. Now, these are like a chalk, but they are a pearlescent chalk. So when you use them on a black cardstock, have a look at that. That's stamping on the black cardstock with like a Versamark, anything like that, going over with these so it sticks to your stamp, but obviously on a black, that shine is gorgeous. So you're getting 2 of those. The colours are stunning. You're then getting 3 of your paints. Now, these are an acrylic paint. They're a matte-based paint, and they are super, super rich. So it means with something like this, if I just give you a little squidge of one of these so you can just see. So it means with these, look, the packaging again, fabulous packaging. I'm really glad I picked my lip gloss up, not this one earlier on. It's funny, actually, we were talking about this with me and Maddie picking up the wrong stuff. I could have picked this up, Maddie. I could have slapped that all over my lips. Can you imagine? I mean, it'd look grand. Don't do that. But look, you are getting a really nice, rich paint. I mean, they are beautiful, as ever, because it's Jane Davenport. Really, really good, good quality, and all right, limited stock. Not sure how long that's going to last. Please check your baskets out. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's only £12.95. 018491 is your item number. You've got a ridiculous £28 saving there. Now next, and these are so nice. 80% of the stock has gone. Now, this is another chalk palette, whereas that one with pearlescent, this isn't. This is a matte chalk palette. And it's funny, once upon a day, our Paul will remember, when the chalks were, literally every crafter used chalks, didn't they? every crafter. And honestly, they're beautiful because you can create some really subtle looks. And I love that. You know, within Jane's collections, you've got things that you can create something soft and gentle with, or you can just go pow. You know, you've got that choice within the whole spectrum of products. I love the colour palette, absolutely gorgeous. And if I just show you the little swatch on this one, and as ever, the packaging's just beautiful. Then you can see with the swatch just how gentle these are. You can put them on direct, of course. They do look lovely. So if you're colouring in again, like with that one, that's just colouring in. So stamping just in black ink and colouring just with your pastels, you get that really soft finish. Or of course, you can stamp with your Versamark or similar, go over the top, and it's going to stick to the stamp. So you have got that option. Beautiful for just adding different looks to your journaling, to your card making. Now, not only have you got that, which when you look at that price, $14.97, you think you were just getting that, quite frankly, but you're then getting, and I do apologise, all my swatches have gone, the pen. Now, the pen is sensational. This is your license to quill. Every time. And this is a permanent pen, but can you see that beautiful nib on that? And that is just exquisite, because if and I do this on my nail every time, permanent pen, but it's okay, it comes off eventually. But look at that. I mean, it's funny actually, because if you were doing nail art, you could get some right detail with that one, couldn't you? It does come off. It does come off eventually, but it does on your nail, it's fine. But yeah, it's a lovely pen, is that, and it's black. It's such a nice, dark, rich ink. And then, as if that wasn't enough, but you've then got your rub-ons as well. And your rub-ons are sensational because you've got the girls. You've got some of Jane's girls, which we absolutely adore. So you've got some of the girls there. All you need to do is cut these out and rub them on, quite frankly, just as they suggest. You've then got the beautiful crown. You've got the lovely feathers in there. You've got the masks, and the masks are just exquisite. Some beautiful detail there. I love these. The eyes, and then you've got matching eyelashes, and you can see with those just how many different eyes and eyelashes you've got. Absolutely exquisite. Now, if you do want to go for this kit, it is £14.97. You're saving, again, a huge £22 here. Again, that is such a deal. It really is. I mean, it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous kit. Soft and exquisite. Now, again, the price is only £14.97, so it has been super busy. Over 80% of stock has gone. 380708 now, the watercolours. We have, oh, that with a swatch for that. We have had a sellout with one of these. The Brights has gone, but we have got two left for you. So the first one is your neutrals on the top there. Now, over 80% of the stock has gone with this one, and this is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll give you, this was your little colour swatch there. I love that brown. I think that brown is absolutely beautiful. You've got the white and the black, so it's a real, it's essential, is this one. You know, you've got white and black in there. You've got your browns. You've also got, I love these, like the ochre there. I think that's absolutely beautiful. You've got a really nice yellow as well. She's given us quite a few different yellows, and I love that. Really good watercolour palette. That's your first one. Only £13.99 of these. You're saving £12. It's almost half price. That's your first watercolour palette. The next watercolour palette that you've got, and this one's called Glitzy, and 85% of the stock has gone with your Glitzy. Now, the reason it's called Glitzy is because of that one and that one. There's two which are a bit glitzy. So you've got the beautiful little flirtatious, and then you've got a cheeky bit of alchemy at the bottom. But that colour palette is lovely. I like the collection of greens that she's given us there. That water spirit is beautiful. It's such a good colour. Gorgeous blues, and again, another yellow. And the yellows are different. So within each collection, they are different. I like that you get within here, you just have a look at them for a sec. I'll be back. I like that you get the option to actually move the palettes. Oh, mine have all stuck to my lid for some reason. So, look, yeah, look, that's how I've moved my palettes. It's because I didn't let them dry before I closed my lid. And because, don't do that thing, you know, that I was talking about, where you store things upside down and you're rushing, and yeah, you don't do that with these either. But I love them because it means you can take a palette out. That is really handy when you've got a white, because it allows you to take it out, so when you're getting really messy, you can take it out. Most of the time you won't bother, to be dead honest, because you can just clean your palette off anyway. It's fine. But you know, it allows you, if you've been quite specific, it gives you that option. So you've got an option. So you've either got your neutrals, or of course you've got your glitzy. So either one of those, only £13.99, 884113. That is a bargain, an absolute bargain. And then now these are again beautiful. Now, again, with these ones, 80%, did you say 80, Katie? Over 80% of stock has gone. So again, this is once it's gone, it's gone. So what you've got in here are a beautiful collection of pens. Now, these are the ultimate pen bundle. Now, what you're getting with these are a beautiful fine pen, and this is just a lovely, again, it's a lovely strong ink, permanent, but have a look at some of these. You've got a really soft nib, so like the ultimate pen, this has got one of those really nice soft nibs that really move, you know, so you can get, well, I mean, you can see there, you can really allow that ink to sort of move, which looks beautiful, again, for brush lettering. But Jane, of course, uses these for and that's on your smooth cardstock, which is lovely. You know, on a coated cardstock, they look really nice on coated cardstock, actually. And because they're a permanent pen, it absolutely dries. So even with a coated cardstock, dries perfectly. And the colours look so super rich on that cardstock. So with these, Jane uses these to just add highlights, you know, to add finishing touches. But they are absolutely gorgeous. You've got in the black, you've got a matte, and you've got a glossy as well. So you have got a variation there. Now, you're saving another huge £22. Please do not miss out on those. They are stunning. 742826 is your item number. Now, so this was the monthly mega deal. Now, it did sell out. We have got it back. The only difference is we don't have the hydrangea. So what I'm going to do when I show you this board is cover that one up. You can't see that. Because that's the one that you can't get anymore. So we're pretending that isn't there. But look, and now I love these inks. These are just exquisite. Look at the colour. Now, even without our hydrangea, 60% of the stock has gone. So obviously, I mean, look at these colours. They're just divine. Aren't they just lovely? Absolutely lovely. And of course, water-based again. So you can put them in your spritzers. You can put them in your, you know, the beautiful little bottle that you've got. You can create incredible backgrounds with these. If you use them with glycerine, you can, of course, make them into a soft blend. Of course you can. You can use them with loads and loads of texture paste if you want to. Obviously, that's using them with the texture paste. That one's colouring in with them, making exquisite backgrounds, but colouring in at the same time. Using and mixing them with mica, you know, making backgrounds and stamping over. Blending. I mean, they're exquisite for blending, but look at the richness of that colour. If you're using that beautiful nib, now can you see the fine lines? That's with that nib that you are getting in here, which looks absolutely sensational. Again, using them with your stencils, creating incredible, strong backgrounds. And I mean, the backgrounds, look at the ink. It's just beautiful. I know I had a lovely time. I basically just created 5 million backgrounds, but you know, that's when I'm in my happy place, isn't it? Look at that blend though. Look at the blend that you can get with these. And using them with your stencils is just fabulous, beautiful. You can also, of course, use them for your, you know, when we use our shaving foam, they're brilliant for shaving foam techniques for marbling because it's an ink in a bottle that you can just drip out. Look at that. You can create some incredible marbling techniques with this, and try your marbling through your stencils, and that gives you a different kind of look altogether. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you've got that fine nozzle. Now that fine nozzle, have a look at this, because you can draw with that fine nozzle. And look at the kind of effects that you can get. Now that was mixing the inks with Lindy's Stamp Gang mica. Doesn't that look cool? And look at that one, again mixing the mica in it. And that's in that fine bottle, which I haven't even mentioned, but you also get that in here. Look at this one, using them with your gel medium. Cleaning your stencils, always clean your stencils, because that's how you get tons and tons of prints. Okay, I better finish telling you what you get. So you don't just get the ink, you actually also get you're getting, it's the kit again. So you are getting the spritzer bottles, you are getting the fine nozzle bottles as well, and then of course you're getting your water brushes. It's a really handy kit. Oh, and of course the fountain pen. And with the fountain pen, you get in your, and this is a cracker, because with this fountain pen, you get in this little beauty. And that allows you to use the ink to fill the fountain pen up. So you can use these ink bottles, you can use these ink bottles to actually fill the fountain pen. With this one up here, that one there allows you to fill the water, to fill the ink up. That is cool. It's cool. And the ink obviously is fluid enough to go through your fountain pen. Phew. Okay, 387260, that's your item number. You're saving £33. It is huge. It is super, super busy. Please check the website out. That's where you can see everything. And yeah, I mean, it's a lovely collection. Please do not miss out on anything. We've got stamps on the show, which I've obviously forgot to rummage out my bag. We've also got the wonderful Pink Pig journals, which, you know, I am a little bit of a fan of. Please do not miss out on any of these. The prices are amazing, and obviously the quality is just sensational. If there's anything you want, do check your baskets out. If you've got questions, email us in, because we always love to hear from you. Right.
Email address is that?
Hey? Yeah, just, you didn't know. studio@thecraftstore.com. I nearly said the Hotrianda then.
Oh, well, you know. Oh, by the way, over 2/3 of the stock of the one-day special has
Wow.
gone. So if you want it dispatched right now, then you need to check out your baskets.
Wow.
Right. What are you going to be doing then?
I don't really know.
Oh,
well,
welcome to
standard.
your world. Yeah, standard.
Standard. Yeah. Right, so what I thought I'd do, let's, it's one of them. There's a lot of things you can do, so it's where do we start? Let's start stamping. So get a book first of all. Obviously we have got our Pink Pig journals. Pink Pig, absolutely brilliant, because the cardstock in here is going to take all the different things that we throw at it. So if I just quickly stamp an image out, and just to show you how easy these are to use to do basic colouring in, quite frankly, and backgrounds of course. So I'll take this first of all. I'm going to stamp in black VersaFine, because I know that's going to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. I meant to ink my ink pads, but as usual, I bought a few rinkers now and I don't know where I've put them. Standard.
So annoying,
oh, I drive myself nuts. Right, I'm going to stamp this about there.
I love the stamp.
I love this stamp. Yeah. This one has been so super popular.
It is.
As this out of the Brijan art range, this has been one of his faves.
And there is a Freedom price in the full bundles. 54 stamps you are getting, and if you're a Freedom member, it's a £36.79 saving. And of course, if you flexi buy it, you pay less than you are saving, and also it's above £30, which means that even the first flexi, it means that you're gonna get your fiver as you know, that's credited to your account. I love deals like that.
I like deals like that. They're always marvellous, aren't they?
Aren't they?
So what I've got is, so I've got water in one of my water brushes. That's ready to go. I always just make sure it's ready to go on my hand. So I mean, colouring in the pens first of all, are ridiculously easy for colouring in. I mean, that's the beauty of these, you know, you've got beautiful colours, the rich colours. Now, there's a couple of ways that you might want to use them. So, first of all, you might want to go direct. Now, if you're going direct, you can see you've got a really nice, fine nib on that pen. Just be careful, because they are a water brush essentially, but with the ink in there, just be careful that you don't, because sometimes, depending how you've stored them or how you've been travelling with them, you get the sort of bubble of ink right at the top ready to go. So just be careful of that, be mindful of that. So if it looks like there's loads of ink on the nib ready, then don't use it straight away, or get a tissue, because you can always lift the ink off. Now you can see how rich that ink is. Okay, it's really, really dark. So if you do not need it to be that dark, only put a bit on, then get your water brush. And with my water brush, now this one is the bottom of thicker ones. Let me see if I've put water in my thinner one. I haven't. I need to put water in my thinner one, so I'm going to have to cheat and not use one of my Jane ones, because I need to use one of my thinner brushes. Sorry, folks at home. I'm having to go through all my brushes now and get a thinner one. So, look, if I move this now, so because I'm working in a Pink Pig journal, it allows me to move my colour, but because I'm using a watercolour product, it means I can blend that colour out. So where the ink's a bit too rich, I can simply bleed it out. And that means, A, it's not too intense, but B, it allows me to use the colour on the different parts of the tree, if you see what I mean. So I'm literally allowing and just agitate the ink, so just sort of scrub it with your water brush, and then start to travel it up the actual tree, like so. I want to mix those colours up, so I want a little bit of green. The other way, of course, of using them is to scribble on your mat, so whether it's a glass mat or whatever, you know, as long as it's non-porous. To be fair, even if you're using watercolour paper and you scribble on that, you can then still pick it up, you make your little palette, it just disappears into your paper a bit quicker. So you are better using something like this. But then you can literally pick it up and start to paint with it, which I love. So, of course, water-based, so it allows you to use it in many, many ways. If I get that brown again, I love that there's a brown in this collection, because I think that's one of them that you will use again and again and again. If you're scribbling on your mat and then picking it up, it's not going to be as intense. So it means you can water it down. So again, it very quickly gives you options as to how you're going to use it. When you're colouring it in, I won't colour the full thing in, just because, you know, you probably don't want to see me colour the full thing. Even though, you see, I was happy colouring in today. And I was prepping, and that's what I was saying. It took me ages, and it's just because.
But it's so enjoyable, isn't it?
Really is.
And do you find it that the more that you colour in, the more that you want to colour in?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just kind of almost like, oh, I'm getting a bit addicted to this.
What I were doing that were lethal. I were listening to radio, but I were listening to one of the shows that they had on Saturday. Ah. Yeah, but that's lethal, because they do the time checks, but it's from Saturday morning. Oh. Yeah.
So then you were thinking, oh, it's only 11 o'clock. Well, it's actually...
It's only 11 o'clock on Saturday. Yeah. Honestly, it really, I had to keep thinking, don't listen to this, Leonie.
By the way, the one day special though, giving you a time check, or actually a stock check. It's actually over 70% of the stock. If you want yours, please make sure to check out your baskets. There is that thing, isn't it, with these beautiful paints that, but they are kind of paints, they are inks, they are watercolors. I love also like you were showing the brush nib.
Yes.
Because that means that it's really fine and really big strokes that you can do.
Yeah, and it does. It allows you to be quite controlled, but absolutely you can do really good messy backgrounds.
Okay. And also for blending, could you create, because you are getting 4 water brushes, you could drop a little few of each colour if you wanted to create, say, for instance, warm red.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, into your water brush, definitely.
Or
and
a
that's,
pastel.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. You can definitely sort of tone them down if you want to in the water brush, which is lovely. And that's it, isn't it? Once you've got a product like this that has so many uses, it really allows you to experiment. And I think that's the thing we especially we have in the monthly mega deal that sold out, so the while stocks last on that. I think that if you haven't got that as well, I'd really get that as well, because that adds to the amount of possibilities.
Because then in the monthly mega deal, details are, by the way, at the bottom of the screen. You are getting 7 inks, and of course the price has been changed to accommodate that you're not getting the hydrangea one. But it's the fact that you can then again personalize the colors with the water brushes, or create, if you want to spritz in the spritzer bottles in there, you could add a little bit, you know, the mixing and matching.
Yeah, and they're more intense. So obviously we've got strong colours here, but they're even more intense because they haven't been watered down initially to put them in a water brush. So you get some really cool, oh my gosh, I love them. Yeah. And look at this, so I've put the red there, and then just drag that colour down. So a little bit at the top, drag it down, so you're creating, you know, you're creating that beautiful depth of colour. This one's going to have some really nice bright sheds. Yeah. Because why not? And what's nice about these, mix up your colour. So where I want a more intense colour, bring in like a darker colour there. So bring in like, I've got my pink there, but why not bring in a little bit of the blue, for instance. The blue there.
Oh, nice.
Won't in that nice, because then you're going to get that purple. But obviously it's going to make it just a bit stronger at the top. And that, you see, this is something, again, that you learn. And I've learned stuff like this just because of watching people here. You know, proper artists here. And it's people like that that make me brave with colour. And then when you do it yourself, it's like, oh, yeah, I see, you know, mixing those colours together. And look at what a good blend it gives you. It gives you such a nice blend.
And also what I can see is the nature of the colours. They don't get, like, they get blending, but they don't lose the vibrancy, or they don't lose their nature, if you know what I mean.
I mean, that's it. I mean, look at the vibrancy of that. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And it does, it's a joy to work with. But then, look, if I use that as it is. Now, you know how I was saying about just watch it if it feels like too much ink is coming out. That one, it felt too much ink was coming out, so I was really light. I didn't put much pressure on. But then, I mean, it's absolutely perfect. It's fine. And that I just absolutely adore. And look, I had a tiny bit of blue left on there, and I can use that as well, which looks sensational. Okay, now what I'm going to do, you've got the pens, you've also got the pastels. Now with something like this is when the pastels really come in, because if I went in now with my and I do it, you know, normally when I do backgrounds, I do my backgrounds first, then work over the top, but with these, what I can start to do, and again, now I should have left this to dry a bit longer because I can see it moving there, that ink a bit, because I'm working. Now, the reason this ink is moving a bit is because, obviously, it's pigment ink, it does dry permanent, but I'm being rough over the top of that. I was scribbling it. So just be careful going around there, or allow it to dry for longer than I'm doing. Now, I'm not being careful. I want this to have a really nice, bright background. And I love this. I love doing this because this is where you can proper scribble. You know, you're just going for it. Again, big. You wouldn't do this as soon as I'm doing it. You know, you give it a bit of time to dry.
Is there one of those techniques that there is kind of a child abandonment?
Feels
you know,
like,
kind of like you can just do it, you know?
It absolutely, because look, I'm just scribbling. And it's ace. It is like when you're a kid and you literally just scribble. It's brilliant. Brilliant, just scribbling.
Yeah, exactly.
Great for bad moods.
Like,
Scribble.
Scribble, Get your some frustration out there.
Yeah, scribbling. Let's give it a touch of pink as well. On there. So give it a bit of a touch of pink. I like doing this and not really know where it's going. I kind of like that. I think that's quite exciting. A little bit of blue there as well. See what we're going to get, shall we? Okay, so let's see where we go. Let's see where we're going to get. And this is ace because most of the time, not all the time. I have done this and it looks a mess,
Yeah.
but most of the time, and I forgot to fill my water brushes up. I will have to do that at some stage. That one's quite a nice one though. This is my Jane one. So what I'm going to do now, see. Now, if I was doing my normal inky one,
Yeah.
what you would find, and especially here, so if I was doing my normal inky background,
yeah.
if I went right next to this with my really wet ink, they're gonna one's gonna go into the
of
other.
course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because it's because
Is it a mix of, because I kind of think maybe it has got some wax contact
Yeah.
that stops them from moving on, if
yes.
you know what I mean.
And obviously if you water brush, you know, if you've got loads of water and you'd sort of blend in, like if I go too close to that and actually hit it with the water, then the water's still going to do it. But what isn't going to make it right to the actual pastels themselves, which really allows you to get some so much control with this, and I love that. But also, of course, it's that blend.
Yeah.
Now, with the blend, and look again how easy this is. So I'm just going one into the other of the colour, blending those through, and I really like this. Now, I'm going in circular motions. I like the circular motions because I kind of like that movement. If you want to really blend the wax out, then the circular motions are good because you're really scrubbing into the wax. If you don't, like on one of my finished samples, I wasn't too bothered about it being really blended. If you go in and kind of just do lines like so, watch what you start getting. So if you're not too fussed, look, you start bringing those colours in. But can you see how I'm not really breaking all the colour up? So you've got that option as well. With this one, that isn't what I want. I want to blend those colours together. And I kind of like, I have got a cheeky bit of muddy going on there. Yeah, because that's the blue and the pink. But
that's also the kind of, you know, that looks like a tornado almost now.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like
it does look like a stormy old sky. And actually, it was interesting because I was watching Jane Davenport demonstrating her products, and she said about creating mud. She said brown is obviously one of the colours that you'll see in all your florals.
Absolutely.
You know, she said it's a necessity. So don't be scared of creating a mud. Don't be scared of creating a brown, because your brown will go with things. It'll go with everything, so don't worry about it.
Nature is full of brown.
It really is. Browns and greens, and they go with everything. Absolutely. So you just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
And even greys, or muddy greys as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, go up north, your sky's always a muddy grey.
Except when I went, it was really bright and cheerful, actually.
You actually, no, sometimes it is lovely. But yeah, it used to be every time I went home, it'd be like, hey, I'm nearly home. There's a storm cloud on M66.
It's funny because when I went to up north, it was a bright, sunny sunshine. And when I went to Mallorca, it was like grey and rainy for a full
like you've
week.
gone to north. See, I love this now because you start creating such you've got patches, a little bits of colour and stuff, which I really, really like. Shall I stop, or maybe our Paola can I just, before I'll let you take over, really, really quickly, right at the bottom here. This needs finishing off, of course. At the bottom, your pens now, whether it's your licensed quill or one of the other ones, your essential ones, you can come in along the bottom and add a little bit of detail. And the licensed quill, as you can see, is super dark. I mean, that is a super rich pen. You've got your other pen as well, and look, I mean, with that one, it's not quite as mind you, no, it is quite as dark. It has got that intensity. And what I do, I would add a little bit of intensity in the main project as well, in your main one, just to add a little bit more of that intensity, because otherwise it'll stand out like a sore thumb. But they are beautiful. So if you need to add any touch of darkness, then these are amazing as well, because they are super, super rich. Right, I will carry on playing.
All right, carry on
over
playing.
to you.
I'll give a reminder of the stock level, because over 3/4 of the one-day special has now gone. If you want yours do make sure to check out your baskets. What you are getting is this beautiful water-based pens in here with a bristle nib, which means that you have got a brush in here with this amazing colors inside it. So coloring in, like Leonie has been showing, easy. To blend those colors, easy. Of course, to create backgrounds, incredibly beautiful as well. The colors you are getting is a proper rainbow. You are getting the whole 5 colors in here that you can see, and there is lots more as well coming up. But you can see the intensity of the yellows, the intensity, the depth of that red and those pinks in there. And even when they dilute it with water, they still have their own beauty and personality as well. Then you are getting 6 more in here. So we are talking about, well, how many? 12 in total. Sorry, I kind of missed one. And you can see the beautiful purples as well, the kind of aqua tones, the green, the jade green, that kind of almost ultramarine blue in there, and then the brown, of course, that to create that nature colors. That is the bristle or brush watercolors paints in there, but you also are getting the water pastel crayons. Now, these ones means that they are wax-based in a way that they behave like a crayon, but of course then you can dilute them with water, meaning that you have got the option of texture, the option of beautiful watercolors as well. Some people use them directly from the crayon to as watercolor paints, because then you can just take them out, and because there is no wood around it, because it's a pour up a crayon, then you don't have to worry. You can actually take your water brush directly to it. Creating a sample or creating backgrounds is really easy with these colors, because the colors are talking for themselves. The delivery as well. It's all good to have good colors, but if you don't have good delivery, like on with those gorgeous brush nibs, so you can do splatters, you can do blends in here. I love as well how you can create those beautiful, they call it kind of ghosting as well. You know, kind of because they are dye based, so therefore you can have that kind of fiddling in here as well. Absolutely glorious colors. Now, of course, you can see in here that you are getting the 12 beautiful water brushes, the 12 crayons, but also you are getting the spritz bottles and the fine bottles as well. So then you can put the colors in there and dilute them a little bit or create your own blend. All of it, of course, the one day special with a £16 saving. Incredibly busy. If you want yours, there's only one way to secure it, and that is to check out your baskets. That massive saving of £16 means that still is that is massively reduced, but it still is above £30, which means, of course, that if you buy it, then you are gonna get it. You are gonna get that £5 credit. If you flexify it, well, by all means do that, but then add something else to your baskets, and then it's over £30 the first payment. Now, if you want the one day special, now the item number is 127288 is your item number for the one day special. Then we have, oh, this is limited stock. If you want yours, I'm going to say, check out your baskets. I love the fact that you are getting, and remember, from now on, if once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want it, you know what you need to do. Love the packaging. It's always, and one of the things it's like, it's so luxurious, and when you open it and you hold it in your hands, it feels much heavier, if you know, like, you know, when you go up to expensive makeup and it's always a little bit, the materials are a little bit more expensive. This is exactly that feeling, and look at the shape of it. It's like a mermaid tail, isn't it? You can see that you can just rub it gently, and you can then kind of create those pearlescent elements. Sorry, I shouldn't have to touch it. And then you have the other colors in here, absolutely stunning. Look at that, the warmer tones, the golds, the reds, the corals, the fuchsias in here. So you have got, again, that kind of palette that kind of says something as well, those beautiful tones. And then you are getting the, well, no, I mean, that looks like totally like a lip gloss, but that means that if you want to add, look, I love that. I love the texture as well that you can achieve with this one. You could use them as pastels as well, like liquid pastels. You are getting 3 of them, and all of it for just £12.95. 018491 is your item number. You are saving a massive £28. Once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want yours, do check out your baskets. They are flying out. If you want yours, if you have it in your baskets, don't think that if you don't check out, they are going to bounce back. So therefore, somebody else can be quicker, get it, and check out. So please make sure to check out your baskets. The monthly mega deal, 3/4 of the stock has now gone. Now, the monthly mega deal featured hydrangea color that has now gone. So the price reflects that this is not in here, but you're still getting those amazing, beautiful 7 inks. You are getting the fountain pen as well, and you can see it that you can refill it with those inks, and then you're getting those gorgeous, massive pots as well, because they last a long time and they're high intensity. Like Leonie was saying, they are concentrated as well. If you want yours, you know what to do. Check out your baskets, but I'm just going to show you the colors as well. You can see that the colors complement the one day special. And if you are going for both of them and you flexify them, then your basket would be over £30. So you're going to get that £5 credit. That is the color that you're not getting, but you are getting all the rest in there. I should have done it like this. This is better like this. Those are colors that you're gonna. Right, do make sure to check out your baskets. 387260 is your item number. Back to you, Leonie.
Thanking you. Okay, what I thought I'd do. Where have I just put that? There, I've put it. So, just a bit of, because I babble on about being able to do your brush lettering all the time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not great at brush lettering. I've learned 3 words. I've learned
3 words.
Yeah.
You learned 3 words.
Art, create, and another one, but I've forgotten the word I learned.
Imagine or something.
Yeah, I think it was imagine, but I don't do imagine as much because it's got lots of letters in it. And I have to remember how to spell it live.
I mean, at least you know 3 words.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like,
I've nailed 3 words. I've nailed 3 words. Practice. They're the only ones I practice though. So what you want to do, get your colours that will complement, or not, whichever. But and I really like doing this. Actually, it's fabulous. So now, you know, again, I said about sometimes about the overflooding. Just be careful with that. So all I'm going to do is really lightly. You just hardly put in any pressure. And as you do that downward stroke, you put more pressure on. As you're coming up, lift the pressure off. So lifting and then taking it round. And that colour, isn't that colour gorgeous? Yes. Be careful, I'm a left-hander. So this is where I drag my hand through all the ink. And then we can put a swirl.
That is just gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous? But
absolutely gorgeous.
This is what I love about working with products like this for brush lettering. So if you're like me and you're not great at brush lettering, you've got to get out close. Because you're working with a product that's water soluble, it allows you to then move this. So if there's anything that you don't like, so say here where it doesn't flow properly, you just get your water brush and you can get it to flow properly. So it's a really good cheats way. So it makes you look good, but the product really helps. But also when you do bring your water brush on, because you get that beautiful sort of flow, can you see the colour changes?
Yeah.
So you get a really gorgeous, gorgeous colour change. However, what this means is you can bring other colours in. So with this one, my water brush was slightly dirty there. And what it had on was a little bit of yellow, I think.
Oh,
so it allows
so it will
me...
be more of a green.
It did look a little bit green, but look. Doesn't that look nice?
I love that.
So bring in a little bit of yellow there. Take that off my water brush and just blend that down. And again, because I'm using water-based products, you get a fabulous, fabulous cool blend.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a cool blend. And again, I can bring it here. If I wanted to, look, you can just bring that down. And again, I mean, I could blend it with the full thing, but because I want to brush it out, that's why I'm using the water brush to brush it out. So I get that lovely sort of duotone colour palette going on there. I was going to go in with purples, but because my water brush had sort of a yellow on it, it kind of made me change
But it
my
looks incredible.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing, like here where I've got a bit of wobble going on.
Yeah.
You know, because your water brush just blends that colour out, it means that wherever you've got a little bit of a wobble going on, you correct it.
Yeah.
And I love that because this is the sort of, not the cheats way, that's the wrong, this is the, you know, the beginner's way. You know,
Absolutely.
when you're just learning the skill, or if you're never really going to learn it, but you want a good result, this is the way to do it.
And also,
that blend is beautiful.
I love that. And also, what I was thinking is like, this is such a multi-purpose, beautiful brushes that you can get beautiful brush lettering, but you can also just color in.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or backgrounds.
Exactly. And this is the thing, it allows you to do so many different things. This, again, is very mindful.
Yes.
I really like doing this, especially when you are blending colour, because it's seeing that colour move, it's seeing the change. It's also, obviously, with this, it's also then where do you take your page? I mean, this is in one of my art journals, so I can stamp round this, you know, I can decorate the page. It doesn't just have to be this. Now, on that pen, now, it's a brush pen, and on that you can see, on that nib, it's got a dirty nib, because obviously I've been using it to pull this. So what you can do, if I just take a scrap of cardstock, so I can now, with this brush pen, and you can see, now this is an old one, I'll be dead honest with you. This was the first time I ever demonstrated these products. That is bad storage. That's because I were really lazy when I was putting the lid on, and I did it badly. So just be careful. But can you see?
Would you keep them or cut those
I'd
process
snip it off, actually. But can you see that duo colour palette now?
Absolutely.
So please don't worry about ruining your nib. You're not going to ruin your nib by doing what I've been doing, blending one into the other. Because look at that, it's come completely clean. So have this going on at the same time. So whilst you're doing this, it'll make you want to blend more colour because you want to do that. However, while you're doing that, you're creating a dirty nib, if you will. So shall we put art, which colour do I use?
And you could create a background, maybe, if you're just kind of scribbling the colour out.
Yeah, absolutely. But if we do art, so you can tell I haven't done that one very well. And then, okay, so again, just dragging this out. Oh, we've only got a little bit of time.
By the way, the one-day special, 80% of the stock has gone. Really, remember, this is the first hour. That should be the stock that lasted the 24 hours. So if you want yours, well, basically, I would check on my baskets now. Of course, Leonie will be back at 8 p.m. But will it sell out between the shows? If you want to avoid that case, make sure to check out your baskets. Back to you, Leonie.
Thank you.
For a few minutes, or no, actually, just like
seconds.
a minute.
So, see what you can do now. I've made it dirty again, and then just taking that. I love that, and look, how cool is that? But if you haven't got, if you're not working on another project, you can always just pop the ink onto there. You can see it travelling up.
But it doesn't travel to the colour reserve, does it?
Absolutely. So it means you can then create another duo. And can you see the colour coming back through again? I mean, it's so good. And that allows you to create, I mean, look at that. That is just from blue and yellow.
I love
Isn't that fabulous? That is such a nice pen.
And you have got 6 colours, so the colours are exponential. Join us at 8, but stay tuned. Yanis is next with beautiful food. So that's a